Hi, Hannah and Olivia. Thank you for letting us access that documentary. It was pretty remarkable. My question is for both Hannah and Olivia. As someone who fought ISIS abroad, and Olivia is someone who produced a documentary on it, how do you feel about homegrown terrorism, specifically the recent ISIS attack here in New York City, being treated as a normal crime instead of an enemy combatant and being sent to Guantanamo Bay instead of due process?
These attacks by one or two people, they're ISIS sympathizers. They pledge allegiance to ISIS, but you should not get too afraid of it. You shouldn't sit there and start attacking a whole group of people because of this. These really are just lone people, and they may identify with the Islamic State's ideology, but there's also people out there who identify with a different ideology. Who was the guy that at the church? What was he thinking? He didn't pledge allegiance to ISIS, right? So the crime is the same, right? But you have to figure out what led them to it and try and combat that. As long as the ideology, any ideology, is on the internet, you're going to have people who are going to follow it, and you're going to have extremists who are going to take it too far. But that's not relevant to religion, because that happens among Christians and Muslims and Buddhists and stuff like that. There's a Christian army in Africa that is just as bad as ISIS. And there's Buddhists in, I think it's in Myanmar, who are pretty much the same thing, right? So I don't think labeling one a terrorist and one of them just some, angry person is not fair. You need to call them what they are and not have a prejudice based on religion or ethnicity and stuff like that.
Also, everyone deserves due process. Sorry.
Exactly. Yes. That was the only thing I was going to add. Yes.
Hannah, you rule, by the way.